Eric our MC tonight?
No, he's just...
Are you calling chords, Eric?
No. He's... Alright, come in on the one. Right. Welcome to the Youngblood podcast. My name's Joshua Clifton, and we are here with my two friends from the band Brave Days. Will Harridge. Yeah, I just wanted to see how long
I don't know.
Just sit there and just go. It's my first podcast.
Which camera? Well, I've never done one with video. Which camera am I looking at?
All of them.
Oh,
and
sick.
Eric Knighton. That's like a pro. Like a pro. I'm just kidding. There's no rules. There's no rules in podcasts. It's the Wild West. Hey, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Oh,
Jenks, you owe me a Coke.
See, just we rehearsed that. It only took once. So if it's your first time here at the Youngblood podcast, we talk about art and that influenced us to be the musicians we are today. And I think it's no surprise or that we love Brave Days and what you guys do. So we thought we'd finally have you on here and talk about your journey as musicians, the two of you.
At the end of the day
So let's start. Okay. Do you both remember maybe the first time that you were taking in art? This could be as young as you can remember. Mine was, I was like 3. So, or it could be, some people start at 13. That's when their musical journey started, where they heard something and they go, I want to be more than just a listener. I want to be someone that takes in what this world's given me and creates something with it. And it could have started with poetry first. It could have started with painting. It could have started with a guitar. Or it could have started with a melody. What was it? We'll start with you, Eric.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. I mean, I was in like.
Brady, no.
I was in like kids choir and stuff like that in church growing up. But I don't think I really like took anything in. The first time I like really remembering when I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's something I want to do. I was probably like 10 or 11 or so. My sister had just gotten into the youth group, and Tooth and Nail was at its peak. And we were watching Emery at Rock the Desert, and Josh, their keyboard player, was crowd surfing on people's heads.
As one does.
As one does.
It's pretty
like on his
for
feet.
him.
And I was like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And he's yelling at things. I like yelling at things. Like, this is sick. So I remember seeing that, and I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah. Kids yelling at things. What do you remember? So that was Emery, Rock the Desert. What album was that?
The Question.
Okay. What song off that record just takes you to that moment? Is there?
I don't think there's one specific song.
What's your favorite song on that record then?
Oh man.
Oh Jesus.
That's a tough
Hey
one.
guys.
Misbehaving.
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
Not the one I thought he would have picked.
What would be yours?
Mine is probably either listening to Freddie Mercury or So Cold I Can See My Breath.
Yeah, I mean, I love that whole album through and through, but I don't honestly, I don't know why I was so drawn. I think that was like my first, like, you know, because it's like it's a little bit more aggressive than anything else, you know.
Yeah.
And so I think I was like, oh, I like almost angry sounding music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is Misbehaving the one that's like, no,
She won't, she won't.
Yeah.
she won't wait.
Ow,
Dude, that's got that cool little boo-doo-doo-boo-doo-doo. Like
Bing,
that little
bing,
bass
bing,
solo and then the
boo-doo-doo.
main
Yeah,
kicks in.
that motif in the bridge is really nice.
And I tried to learn it one time. That did not work out.
Yeah.
It's a hard line, to be fair.
I think Emery's a great band. They were a band I think I was off to other things once they got on the scene. But that'd be the difference between our ages when we were in Tooth and Nail, because
Sure.
I try to think of like whenever what that Emery for you, what that band was for me was probably like Further Seems Forever.
Yeah.
You know, and different class probably had the same effect on me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And I
saw
didn't
it.
get into Further Seems Forever or like Dashboard until like way later.
Yeah, after they had already kind of been probably not a thing.
Oh, they were
anymore.
broken up probably for 15 years by the
Yeah.
time I got into
Yeah,
them.
there was a lot of drama that came with the bands being in on labels and then not on labels, or technically they weren't on a label. There's a whole lot of drama whenever Dashboard and Further, and they always had a different singer. They had like 3 different singers for every record. They had a different singer for every record. Same band. Yeah, but arguably they got better, or if not better, different, but still good. They never put out a bad record, I don't think. But Emery seems like a different kind of band. Emery seemed like a band that somehow kept making quality.
Consistent.
They kept reinventing themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe in every way that band could, or that could mean for a band. And I always thought I became more of a fan of them as podcasters, and then retroactively their music. So I became fans of theirs on the back end, and maybe their more recent music.
Yeah.
But all right, Will, what was yours? That was a good answer, though.
Similar story for me. I grew up Church of Christ and all a cappella. So hearing music as a kid was all a cappella for me. But the record that really stood out for me was The Silver Chord by The Classic Crime.
The Silver Chord?
Yeah, The Silver Chord by The Classic Crime.
Okay, see, that's the same era.
Yeah, same era.
Right?
I'm a little younger than y'all though, so like I had to get into a bunch of stuff later because my parents didn't censor a whole lot for me, but there were certain things that would like just kind of stay in this vein. You know?
Okay, but they let you in the tooth and nail vein and stuff.
Well, they were very weird about stuff they would and wouldn't censor because like, you know, I would like NoFX was too much, but Killing in the Name was fine.
Well, no,
I get it.
Let's
though.
be
I
fair.
kinda
No
get
effects
it.
is still too much.
No,
Yeah.
no, I still like,
Yeah.
and that's a longer conversation.
I don't know why, but I trust that logic.
No, I think I do now, but like it was just, you know, I feel like it was just weird for
But
me.
it is weird that one would be okay and the other
exactly because
wouldn't,
like you
right?
let me hear Zach De La Rocha scream the F-bomb 12 times in 2 minutes, but
Pretty awesome, though, right?
pretty awesome, yeah.
Pretty
But,
awesome.
yeah, but
I've gotten horse to that song enough times.
Oh yeah, I believe it. But,
Usually when our boys Post Profit, if you know that band.
yeah, I know
Yeah.
Post Profit,
Oh.
yeah.
Band's awesome. They do a killer cover.
I met Matt like 8-9 years ago once when he was playing in Windwalker.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
They were opening up for For Today and Being as an Ocean at the Rail Club. But like
That's
that's like
rad.
the one time I ever actually met the guy.
Yeah, great dudes. That whole band is solid. Post Profit. I think they're going on a killer tour too soon. But that's funny. You couldn't listen to NoFX, but you could listen to Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, and like
Killing
the,
in the Name
the
of-
Clash. My
Well,
dad
yeah,
also
Clash
loved Green
is
Day.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
My dad also
Green Day.
loved like
Yeah.
American Idiot was one of the first records my dad played for me.
So cool. Okay, so Silver Chord, Classic Crime, but also,
Yeah.
I mean, we just named a myriad of different quality punk records. You
Mm-hmm.
know? When did you pick up a record or a guitar or a microphone or a bass or?
I was probably, I'd have been like 8 or 9 probably when my mom gave me this old classical guitar she had in college.
Okay.
And she just kind of was like, here, stop annoying me about music. Just go play in your room.
And so
Like,
you how did you learn? Did you
By ear, self-taught.
stumbled across it and figured it out?
Yeah, I never-
Did you have like go to YouTube? Do you have a Mel Bay book?
Well, I didn't really get on YouTube until probably middle school or high school. I'm kind of on that cusp, like right before all that started happening.
Mm-hmm.
So like, but when I was before, and I didn't get like a iPhone or anything till high school, but
Well, you approach music a little different than a lot of us.
yeah, I mean, I have to, so like
Is that okay if we talk about that?
synesthesia, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I have what's called synesthesia. It's the
You're gonna want to go tight on
We
him
support
here.
you. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Shut off.
It's not contagious. You can't get it.
Hell up.
We've all been
Oh my God.
vaccinated.
Jesus Christ.
Proceed.
I haven't been vaccinated.
It's not-
I'm not doing that.
It's not contagious, but it's fun. So,
Just because we said the word vaccine, now there's going to be some thing at the bottom where we're a bunch of idiots.
God forbid. So synesthesia, the technical definition is when two of your senses kind of get crossed up in the womb.
Yeah.
And so some people like shut the hell up.
A lot of things are getting crossed up in there, if we're being honest. Okay. We can see.
Anyway.
I'm no doctor. All right.
Anyway. So for some people, like numbers and color, like every number will have a color associated with it. For some people, it's like smells. I've never met anyone who has that, but like for me, every single note has a color associated with it. And the best comparison I've found to describe it is like the movie Ratatouille.
Yeah.
When he's like eating the food and the jazz music starts playing and all those colors pop up. It's kind of like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
You see it as a benefit, right?
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, I guess I just didn't talk about it with my family for the longest time. We didn't realize I had it, and I was under the impression everyone's brain worked like that. So now I see it as
cool.
Now I see it as a performance enhancer.
Yeah. Yeah. I would see it as a benefit.
No, it's definitely like a lot more stuff makes sense now.
Right.
And I was definitely like, oh. And I was like, oh, that's why I hate the key of B, because that color is gross.
Oh, what color is that?
It's like it's like that couch, but yellowish. It's weird.
If you asked me what color that couch was, I would say yellowish.
Yeah, it's gross.
Okay.
That's the key of B? It's a little brighter than that.
You're saying it's like canary, kind of canary?
Ish. Yeah. Like the note B,
like that.
So I'll also say the note itself B is that yellow. Yeah. The colors that go with it, if you're playing like a 1, 4, 5, 6, also don't mix very well.
That's it. It's what accompanies it
Exactly.
that doesn't normally sit well with you.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you can actually like that color. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be silly here. I'm actually trying to understand it.
No, you're good.
I'm
still learning to understand it myself.
I know it's sometimes hard to tell whether I'm being silly or not. So
I get it.
I got a silly face.
I'm also still trying to figure a bunch of it out myself.
Great.
So.
Well, it's interesting because you're saying you've liked the color or the sound that B produces.
Sometimes, yeah.
As long as it's accompanied in maybe a pleasant way.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Are there any other notes you care less for?
I care less for?
Than others. What's your favorite one?
Oh, my favorite?
Yeah, tell me that. That's a better one. Let's go that route.
I would say
D?
No.
You look like a guy. Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
I would say.
What does D look? What color is D though?
It's blue.
Kind of
It's
fleshy.
blue. Of course it is. Of course.
It's like a
Synesthesia.
Yeah, it's
The
like
color blue.
It's like a deep blue.
Is the D.
I would say E flat. It's like a forest green. That's a cool one.
Oh yeah.
A flat is like it's like a burnt orange.
They don't follow the rainbow spectrum.
No.
Really?
And so
I would
that's
have
the fun
assumed
thing. No.
that. Oh,
So that's the fun thing.
neat.
It's different for everyone who has it. So everyone who has
So my red is still not your blue.
Exactly. So
holy mackerel.
A friend of
Dude.
mine, Shane Cameron's wife, Rachel.
Golly.
So she's got it. So she's got it too, and we started talking about it one time. She was like, "Yeah, my C is blue," and I was like, "That's wrong."
You're like, no, wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's just like
You're colorblind.
well, it's
and
like the one way
deaf.
you've seen it your whole life, and you're just like, "Oh, this is weird," because like my F is like a purple, and hers is like it's like a what was hers? Is her F was green. So I'm just like
I don't know if I like this girl, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Just kidding.
but
She sounds lovely.
yeah. But
We
yeah,
support
so
all
so everyone who
synesthesians.
has synesthesia, like the combinations are completely different. So
Sorry.
no, you're good, man.
We ended up getting silly. I'm sorry. I said we weren't.
When do we not?
I know it happens.
I expected nothing less.
But yeah, so essentially, like listening to music was a very different experience for me.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I feel like we could keep going down that road, but when did you pick up an instrument or start singing? I know you said you started to inquire
and stuff like that.
But when did you? Maybe the question is, when did you start wanting to create, and how did you start to create?
So I was always creative. Like I was always building stuff and drawing things, and I'd spend hours in the garage just tinkering and stuff like that.
You're a tinkerer.
I love building things.
Took things apart and I took radios.
Oh yeah,
got it.
Electronic stuff. Nerf guns, one of my favorite things to take apart.
Try to make them more deadly.
Oh yeah,
man,
doing modifications.
Dude,
and
this guy makes the craziest Nerf guns.
I love Nerf stuff, and I made knives, did blacksmithing, metalwork, and stuff like that. So I love working with my hands. But
he's got a blowgun in his garage.
Of course you do.
I do, yeah. But
long darts, needles.
yeah.
I've been shot at by them, or by a friend. When we were in.
As opposed to.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't shoot him at someone, but he shot him at me. I mean,
I wouldn't.
It's the kind of person that we are.
Oh yeah. Would never shoot those at a person.
Yeah, we did. He did. At plenty of friends.
Are you friends with this man still?
No.
You probably shouldn't be.
No. We were hanging out a long time ago.
Eric, when was the last time you put that blow dart in a sandwich?
What?
Like, you know, when people would hide a blow dart in a sandwich.
I now know what you're saying. And Eric, we didn't react appropriately to how funny that joke was.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's a delivery
hey,
issue.
whenever we play this back, we will cut out that 10 seconds, and we will cut to this. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Like the cartoon. Oh, that's some funny shit.
I would love to see that because this thing is a 6-foot pipe.
Yeah. No, it actually. There's a video like the night before we left for tour. Like my wife came out to the garage, just like, "What the hell are you guys doing?
Aren't you supposed to be packing?" We're like, "No."
Go to sleep.
Yeah. She was like, "Are you guys done packing?" We're like, yeah."
But yeah, always did stuff like that and made things. But when I was, I can't remember. I think I was 12 or 11. So I grew up in Midland, Texas, and I'm not besides.
Oh, Midland, home of the
Robert E. Lee Rebels.
Is that okay? I didn't know.
That's not a joke.
I was hoping
not a
something
joke.
good would be at the end of that.
No.
I just lost it.
Dude,
and that's what you gave me.
I could have been Robert E. Lee Rebels or George W. Bush.
mean, I would have gone with most coke per capita.
Meth. We don't do coke.
No,
out
Abilene
there.
was
It's
meth. Midland was coke.
All right.
No, I don't know.
See, I thought it would be the rich oil guys.
Get back to us. We really want to know.
Yeah,
We'll Google that later.
Crack, put it down in the comments below.
Where do you get your crack from? Like, subscribe.
Smash the crystal.
Hit that bell.
Like symbol.
Like, subscribe, and tell us where you get your crack.
But yeah, so I'm not good at sports. I'm not coordinated at all. And so I was like, well, there's music, I guess. Our bass player, we didn't have.
You know how everybody gets into music. There's music, I guess.
Yeah, well, no.
I'm just teasing.
It's all about partying and football and stuff like that. And I never gave two craps about football. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll play music. And our bass player at church, well, we needed another bass player for the youth band. And so he gave me a couple lessons, and I was like, all right, cool. And I got a bass for Christmas, and I was like,
rad.
This is money from there. I was just like, wow, I found something to put this creative energy into that's not, shooting projectiles at small animals,
It's probably a step in the right direction.
It's like that scene in the Family Guy spoof of Star Wars. It's like, you shoot animals for fun? There's 2 sons and no women.
There's so much cocaine and we have blowguns.
Yeah. You were on a path and you needed something.
Oh yeah, I definitely needed something to put my my creative energies into, and
a distraction if nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's great. So let's start. When did you start your first band? And what was, I guess, whenever you picked up a bass,
Sure.
what were you listening to at that time? What was the first song
So
that you're not
first,
terribly embarrassed of that you would that you learned on the bass?
Stitches by Haste the Day.
Stitches. By
Oh,
Haste
you're
the
really
Day.
just gonna flex like that, man?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
I want to know your first guitar. here in
well,
a second.
I was
I'm gonna try
I
to
was playing a
remember
bunch of worship music, like
Right.
just worship band stuff. I didn't realize that I was playing "Zombie" by the Cranberries. Y'all remember that song? I can't remember. Oh man, I can't. My voice is gone, so I can't even fake it. But it's like,
Hey, just word it.
give me your
and then
eyes for
we'll-
just 1 second.
Brandon Heath, give me your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was really big on the radio, and I hate that song to this day. Cannot stand it.
It got
But
overplayed.
to make
Brian Heath. Thanks for watching.
Brandon
live.
Heath,
Brandon
Heath,
Yeah, that guy.
you made
We-
made
we
great
offended
worship
him
music.
more than once
you
now.
hurt my brain, but
That song got overplayed. to be
yeah,
fair.
it got played. It was Air One, but
All the way to the
I
back.
played Zombie, the same exact chords, Zombie by the Cranberries and Give Me Your Eyes, and I was playing it, and then I listened to the Zombie, and I was like, I totally ripped off that song. It's like
Yeah.
dope. So I think that was my first actual
So Zombie
guess.
by the Cranberries in a roundabout
accidentally,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't allowed to listen to the Cranberries, but
Got it.
Oh
Well,
my God, it's the same progression.
yeah, it's the same exact progression.
What colors are those there, Will?
I'll have to remember that.
Okay, see if you can get back.
It's in
to
G.
G. Starts
G,
in G.
so it's like an orange.
Orange into what?
Orange. So the 6 would be the E. So that'd be like a light green.
Green. Okay.
Then
Orange
blue for
into
the
green.
5, red for the 4.
Okay, I like that.
It's a
And-
rainbow.
And your
I don't
friend
know.
over there is going wrong.
Wrong. Wrong.
Not even wrong. It's
Not
just-
even a
It's
magenta.
just
in
different for everyone. I don't know.
there. Nah. Do you remember your first guitar song? The song you learned the guitar? Let's try that again.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll have to think about that. But if I had to guess,
Yeah.
it was probably "Holiday" by Green Day.
Oh heck yeah, dude. That's a good one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
If not that, it was probably "Sorrow" by Bad Religion.
Also great.
Also a great one.
I love Do you like Bad Religion?
I do. I actually got in trouble for putting them on the the stereo.
Did you
At the barber shop?
You got in trouble?
this weekend? Yeah.
They're a little too
You
rough.
just,
Well,
you just
I
told-
put on-
pulled
I-
from
What
Tony
song?
Hawk or what?
I can't remember
Maps of
what song was
Hell?
on it at
What?
the time, but I put on this playlist. It was like Ultimate Ska and Tony Hawk soundtrack,
Oh, okay.
and then a lot of Bad Religion was playing, and that was okay. Then I didn't realize that Comeback Kid was on.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
That as
Comeback
well,
Kid's
and then
awesome.
yeah, and then our owner was like,
No,
took it off and went back to pop. And I was like, all right, I'm done for the day, anyways.
Man, I feel like Tony Hawk Pro Skater should get an honorable mention for our music taste for sure.
Oh yes,
Yeah, well, they dictated a lot of.
Absolutely.
they helped so many people growing
Oh
up.
yeah, Johnny, I still have your Comeback Kid record.
He just put his thumbs up. I think.
Okay, cool.
He said okay, but he wants it back.
Yeah, sorry, that's the ADHD going there.
No, it's all right. So when did you start your first band?
I think it was sophomore or junior in high school.
Okay.
And it was
What kind of band was it?
it was supposed to be metalcore.
All right. That's
Back in the day when metalcore, before it became the joke it is now, when it was before like 2000, what was that, 2000?
when you think of
9?
metalcore at its heyday. What do you think of?
I think of Haste the Day, Oh Sleeper, No Bragging Rights.
Basically pre-2009.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think of that too?
I think there's.
What's your
some-
heyday of metalcore?
So I think the period between like 09 and 2013 or 14, it was kind of rough, and now it's gotten pretty good again.
Okay, so who's your favorites where it's pretty good?
Right now,
Or-
Polaris is a big one. Those guys are
Okay.
insane. Fit for a King is also still killing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a Japanese band called Crystal Lake that is
Yeah.
also
Sure, Crystal Lake.
stupidly good.
Yeah, stupidly good.
Yeah.
Crystal Lake.
Who else am I thinking of?
Um,
But Haste Today as well, like always a mainstay for me.
what's your favorite Haste Today song?
Travesty, easy.
Oh, okay. Jeez, no thought, huh?
Favorite key? It's a G sharp major.
Ah, that's it. That's it too.
That's
so
part of
all,
it, yeah.
all you synesthesians, check it out.
All you synesthesians and
Synesthesians.
angry youth
Check
group
it out.
kids.
Let us know.
That's a extremely small niche.
No, but oddly enough, that's our target market.
Good point.
Okay, we send a lot of positive sounds out. So when you started your first metalcore band,
Yeah.
were you playing bass?
I was playing bass and doing backup vocals, and then.
What was the name of that band?
Are you sure you want to know?
Of course we do. That's
I
why.
don't even know if I've heard this. I don't know this.
Wait, real quick before you say the name, we gotta know is their music still online somewhere?
No.
Okay,
No.
good. So that's even better.
Yeah. We never.
So
we
now
never
you only
even
have a bad name
like,
to worry about.
Yeah, that's true.
You're probably thankful for that.
Yes, I am very thankful for that.
But you have a copy of it somewhere, don't you?
No, I don't. Like
Really?
we were never even able to write like a full song. Our drummer, all he wanted to do was like, he was like, hey, for this practice, let's just chill, hang out on our band relationship, and we watched like Friends and Mystery Science
guy just
Theater,
wanted Friends,
2000,
dude.
3000 or
That's all he
I
whatever.
freaking love Mystery Science Theater.
It was
Yeah,
probably
great
fun,
show.
right?
It was fun, but like I was like, come on, guys, I want to like do something and write.
What was
And
the name of that band, dude?
Heaven help the wolves.
Heaven help the wolves.
Yeah, dude.
coming at you.
That's actually not bad.
That's not bad.
Like, yeah. I thought it was gonna be way worse.
HHW.
And oddly, I don't know why this is it's a weirdly consistent thing with me. I have thought of so many band names in my existence
Yeah.
on the toilet.
And you
That
thought
was-
you came up
that was
with
Are
on
you
Heaven
Heaven
about
Help
to
the
tell
Wolves.
me that you named our band Taking a Dump?
Brave Days?
I think it was after taking a dump. I was probably just like looking at.
Okay, that
memes or
doesn't
whatever.
narrow it down because
No, I was working.
Hey,
I was working.
when are
that
we
time.
not after taking a dump,
exactly
though?
that's
I
what I'm
was-
saying.
I was screen printing, or I was cleaning screens, and so
Okay.
I had my.
I feel a bit
I was
better
listening to
about
podcasts, and I was like, my wheels were turning.
I feel a bit better about that. Okay.
But yeah, that's where that name came
Whenever
up
Heaven Help the Wolves was attempting to make music, what band were they trying to be like?
I was totally trying to rip off O Sleeper.
Yeah?
100%.
Nice. What record?
When I Am God.
When I Am God. Okay.
You could do worse.
Yeah.
Okay. What song off that? If you had to pick one, if one person's diving into that record, what song are you telling them to go to? You're playing
Vices
it.
Like Vipers. I'm playing it in my head. Yeah, Vices Like Vipers.
Banger.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. How about you? When you started your version of Heaven Help the Wolves, what was your Heaven Help the Wolves?
I don't remember the name. I really don't.
I don't
but-
believe that, but we'll get there.
No, I genuinely
Go ahead.
don't.
Go ahead.
Because I had to have been.
What colors was the name?
Shut up. I had to have been like 12 or 13.
Oh,
But
yeah. No wonder you don't remember.
Yeah,
that. Okay.
but we were definitely trying to rip off like Remedy Drive.
Okay.
At one point,
Yeah.
we went through so many iterations. Those same two guys I was with, though, we ended up. We were in a band when I was in high school.
Yeah.
We went through a couple names. One was In My Ending, which is terrible.
In My Ending.
Yeah, and then
In My Ending.
and then
Well,
Forked,
it
Tongue-
is
Forked Tongues was the second one.
Forked tongue.
Forked
tongue-
Tongues.
Forked tongues.
Yeah,
Forked tongues.
we
I
were
can't do it. I can't do that.
Those bands were trying to rip off Fit for a King for sure. And
Okay.
like Moss to Flames as well.
So first, Remedy Drive.
Yeah, Remedy Drive.
What if someone was getting into Remedy Drive? What
Oh, that
song?
first record, Daylight is Coming.
Okay, what song?
Title track or Heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
I
Got it.
couldn't name a single Remedy Drive song.
Remedy
I just
Drive.
remember seeing them on one of the weirdest bills I've ever seen. It was POD New Year's Eve at Red Letter Rock Fest in Snyder.
Oh, I was
That's
there.
cool.
That New Year's Eve show? Yeah.
Yep,
I just
where-
remember the wedding played and that
The wedding,
blew my
the
mind.
almost. Yeah, I met Aaron Gillespie in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's a good place to meet Aaron Gillespie.
Yeah, dude.
I've heard.
Yeah, I met him in the bathroom. Oh man.
And this was post Under Oath.
Yeah, dude. He was playing with the Almost, and my friend Daniel like followed him around like a puppy, like talking to his wife was there or something like that. And I was like, just smack Daniel in the back of the head, just like go away, kid. You're bothering me."
Imagine how many dudes follow that dude around.
Yeah, after
that-
meeting him in the bathroom.
Well, also then, but just in general, he probably doesn't realize how many people he meets in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, he did.
You know, what I mean, he's just trying to use the bathroom.
We were changing into shirts,
Gillespie.
like shirts from the Almost, and then like he walks out, and then Daniel was like, while he was going to wash his hands, and then he walks up to him, was like, "Are you?" He's like, "Yeah," and shakes his hand and walks out.
That dude is so many musicians. I guess North Star, right? At some point,
dude, I know people. He's their Jesus. Like, straight up.
Yeah, yeah. And the guy did some great things musically.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, you got to give it to him. That's got to be a weird position to be in.
Oh yeah, it's super weird.
Yeah.
I would never want to be in that spot.
Yeah. No. So whenever you were starting, you said that was trying to be like Remedy Dry, but then you said you went on to
that was like
Fit
middle
for
school
a
and
King.
then high school, probably.
Fit for a
When I was
King,
home,
man. That band gets that thrown around a lot whenever you talk about influence.
Oh yeah.
They kind of
And old Sleeper.
Oh yeah.
Right? Especially in these areas.
they changed the game, truly. Like, you know, metalcore was kind of like you sounded like these two bands up until probably 2012. And then Fit for a King was like, no, we're going to have some fun.
Yeah. They seem like they
And they're still doing
broke a
that.
mold. Yeah. And
that's the
they
thing. They've
reinvent
only-
themselves quite a bit
all
too,
the time.
right?
Yeah, and they've only gotten better.
Yeah. I like that when a band finds their way to somehow stay themselves, but still keep
Fresh.
mixing it up, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool. I think they find their stride.
Yeah.
They also, I'm gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan, so I don't know everything they're into. But they also have other projects too, right?
Yeah.
So that probably helps a lot, right?
Yeah, Tuck's in an off-road minivan.
Right.
Yeah.
That dude seems prolific in this sense.
He is.
Right.
A super nice dude and also hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the sweetest people.
Oh, cool.
Genuinely.
I don't think I've ever met him, but I've heard Off-Road Minivan a few songs that I think are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good.
So good.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, like
A band that I probably should listen to more, but I just haven't.
agreed. But yeah, they've just been able to like reinvent themselves, and not only, but they've kept true to like their core. And like, I'm trying to think. Another good
Metalcore.
example of that. Shut up. Another good example of that, like, Terror.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Terror.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. I know nothing about that band, but I probably should.
I would also say like Turnstile in the last few
Turnstile.
records
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like,
I've heard that band. Not gonna lie, think that band's great. A lot of people that I think that are cool and know what cool music is really like that band.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever they're talking about a band, probably means that like I should probably check them out.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
my rotation lately has been Turnstile and Rise Against.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, there's a Turnstile record that's pretty regularly on my rotation. It's got Pink Clouds or something on
Is
it.
that Glow On, the newest one?
I have no idea what it's called, but I threw it in a playlist and it's awesome.
I think that's Glow On.
It
Yeah.
is.
Does it
Pretty
have like
rad record.
electronic stuff? And,
Yeah.
it's
It's
so
cool.
good.
Turnstile's rad. What's a killer song for Turnstile if you're just
Phased out.
phased out?
That's good. Big Smile for me.
Okay. Cool.
I like their older stuff, but that's just
Me
because
too.
I'm seeing them. Yeah, I saw them in the crappy hole in the wall venue
Heck
for
yeah.
$5 in Midland.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Is that-
growing
they
up.
played the Pine Box?
Oh yeah,
The
Wild.
Pine Box.
back when the Pine Box. Yeah, when
That sounds
only
like a great venue name.
it was a venue.
Hey, some of those, it was a venue,
Yeah.
hosted some, it was an awesome show.
Oh, dude.
I mean,
you
right?
remember Norma Jean and Night Versus at the 22 in Abilene?
Oh yeah.
That was insane.
Another killer name for a venue, the 22. That's badass, dude.
Yep, my friends and I ran that thing, and we actually got shut down by the fire marshal after that Norma Jean show because we
Hey,
had too many
hey,
people.
It was like a
Clink
75.
me right now. I've been shut down by the man, too.
That venue was
By
like a
venue.
75 cap, and I think final head count that night was like 230 to
three something.
3. Really?
Yeah, 2. Well,
Damn.
maybe 2 high 2s.
Viva rock and roll, baby.
people
In
should
Abilene,
not.
Texas. no
Yeah.
less.
Yeah, people should not
It's
have
never
fit
gonna
in that
die.
venue. Yeah, it was awesome. Ceiling tiles were coming out. And,
Yeah. We had a show like that with the wedding.
Oh, cool.
We thought we had a glass front window. David Curtis and myself ran a music venue called Hashi's,
Cool.
and in West Frankfort, Illinois, and it was an old. You remember when? Well, it's still kind of this way, but Domino's Pizza just had like a very small little entranceway, and then everything. we ran a venue in something that big.
No way.
Okay, and we didn't really change much. All right, and we had 150 people in that one little room with the wedding doing what they do, and you know what they do. You just talked about it, right?
Get back together, please, if any of you are watching this.
They might be. And
Chris Jacobs, work your magic.
Honestly, we know a guy who knows them well. So.
Yeah, and but anyway, they lit that place on fire. I thought someone was going to go through the window.
Oh yeah,
but it was awesome.
we actually had someone at the 22. How was it? The Obvious was playing.
It was Nick from The Obvious,
and it used to be a ballet studio.
Oh, nice.
So there's a glass front and then like
a bunch of
wall of mirror, yeah. But the front, we were concerned about the mirrors, but the front is where we had the stage, and this dude's playing, and he swings back, and he hits the window, hand goes through it, and then blood just goes. Oops.
Like had to call paramedics, whole 9 yards.
We had to call the paramedics and stuff.
Did we finish the song though?
No,
they got it.
Bleeding everywhere. We had to sweep up glass and clean up blood before.
I don't think
the
any
next band.
Even then though, I don't think any. Of those mirrors survived.
my old pop punk band had to play like after that. The show still the same amount of people were in there and stuff.
Same amount of blood.
Yeah,
same amount of blood. Yeah.
Probably. But my girlfriend at the time, she had an overshirt and then she took it off and tied off this dude's arm.
Heck
and
yeah.
he was on the ground outside waiting for the ambulance, and turns out they fired him after that. They were just they found out he did it just as a yeah, I'm gonna be cool.
He did it on purpose.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, and it's a non-profit venue.
I just remember Vincent was out of town when that happened. So I just remember he got 6 calls just hey, you probably already know.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
That makes that story so much less cool.
Yeah, it was a wild night. That was
a great night. That was Revivalist EP release, right?
That was Revivalist. My buddies in Revivalist that I lived with, their EP release show, and they did a music video and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was so dope.
That's awesome. Well, let's take a step back there. We're talking about Midland music scene.
This is in Abilene.
Abilene.
Yeah, this is when I was in college. Yeah.
Okay, and that's where you guys met.
Yep.
How did you guys meet?
So I had, after Heaven Help the Wolves went by the wayside, I was filling in on bass for a band called Breaking Point, not the hardcore band Breaking Point.
I was thinking Breakpoint, the surf movie.
Oh, nah, it's
I was thinking
just a rock
Breaking
band,
Point's the podcast.
Three-piece rock band, and the drummer for that band,
like Chevelle.
Way not as cool as Chevelle. Way less
That
cool.
was for you, Eric.
But
what is it with that dude and Chevelle?
dude, you know Chevelle's like a Christian band?
Did you know that?
Rockin' for Christ,
Did you
bro.
know that? They play a C chord for a Lord.
I wish I could see
Jesus
the
for
look on
Jesus.
Jones's face right now.
He shred because he bled. Rock the hell out of him, put Jesus in it.
Are these actual sayings, or are you just making these up off
No,
a
I'm
dome?
not.
One of my favorite tweets I've ever seen, just me in a mosh pit thinking, God, I wish I could do this for the Lord.
The Lord.
C chord for a Lord, man.
Give God a circle pit.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
Something about the three-piece rock.
Oh,
band
yeah.
that
Nothing special. One of my buddies asked me to fill in. I was like, yeah, sure. And the drummer went to youth camp with a promoter in Abilene or something like that.
Okay.
So Midland and Abilene aren't very far apart. So I was like, yeah, I'll fill in. Cool. And went to Abilene and then played that show. It was whatever. It was in what was Rose Park?
An activity center.
An activity center, in a park. It was.
I thought you were with Thieves by this point.
Mm-mm.
Really?
I was with Breaking Point. Yep. And then that's how we met there.
You guys became friends at that camp or whatever. Or at that
I think
show?
we lost touch for about a year.
Yeah, and then I eventually came back.
You were in separate bands.
Yeah,
at
we were in
this time?
separate bands.
So you were in this band called.
Breaking Point. Well, I wasn't in that band.
Okay.
I was just filling in. But the band that drummer that I met with that band, eventually he and I started a band together. It was a pop punk band called We Live Like Thieves, and I played bass and sang lead. And then we came back to that same venue and played shows.
And he was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably.
I just remember being introduced to this lanky dude in a Hawaiian shirt, and I was like, "You're my friend now."
Yeah, that's how he.
And that's pretty much how it happened.
And you were in what band at that time?
I don't think I was at that point.
You were
actually.
just
I think
a concert goer?
Yeah, I think I was just going. I think this was kind of that in between period of like, I'm doing Remedy Drive shit with these guys, and then before we started, that band that was basically ripping Fit for a King.
Well, no, you were doing.
Were we doing that by then?
No, I think you were playing in that band with Vincent.
Oh right.
Oh really? What's that mean?
I try to forget that happened.
What was that?
Don't even remember the name. I don't.
I do. I think.
Fuck.
We don't want to talk about that. We
think
want to
so.
move on.
I don't. I mean, we never played any shows. Save What's Left.
Yeah. Oh,
Save
yeah.
what's left. Huh.
We were so bad.
Were you?
We were so bad.
What were you trying to sound like?
I don't know.
That's interesting. That's probably a problem.
Yeah.
That's a good way to not
Yeah.
have a sound.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I don't remember anything. I just remember that.
We played one show before I was like, I hate this.
Didn't you have to play guitar?
I did.
And Vincent.
It sounds like a hodgepodge of insaneness.
I remember you
It
talking about this, but like I don't. And then what he said about it.
Yeah, it was just very like, I wasn't confident in my ability as a guitarist at that point,
Okay.
and I was trying to just be a standalone frontman, which wasn't good at that either. At that point, I'm still kind of not. And
Well, it's a different thing.
it is, but like our guitar player had quit, so Vincent, the guy playing bass for it, was like, "You're playing guitar," and I was like, "I thought you wanted this to go well."
Oh, okay.
So
It's one of those. So
And,
that was
it-
kind of your exit stage left. I'm out of this kind of thing.
Well, beyond that, it just like, I'm a firm believer in like, you really need to like the guys you're playing with, and I always have been. And
Yeah, it helps.
at the end of the day, like, we were friends, but there wasn't a lot of chemistry there.
It's different. Band friends and friends is different.
Yeah, and that's
sometimes
that's been a huge blessing with Brave Days. Is like all of us like, you know,
We're friends.
We just hang out without even playing most of
Nice.
the time, honestly.
So when did you guys start Brave Days? Then when did this start?
So-
was
You were still doing Forked Tongues.
no.
Forked.
Well, no,
Tongues.
Forked Tongues, and I restarted that band when I moved to college. We Live Like Thieves.
No,
Did a whole new.
Oh man,
No.
you guys are a married couple right now.
I was in ACU already. Forked Tongues.
Oh no, I was saying that we were in our separate bands.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad.
We were in our separate bands and stuff like that. We did whatever. Those broke up, and then I was like, I'm never gonna play music again. I'm gonna go to barber school.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get away from everything. And I was like, one more band, you know.
Yeah.
And then so I met up with a friend, decided to start this, and then we had always wanted to play music together, but we never had the chance.
Right.
And now we're just like, well, might as well.
The chance.
Yeah. Literally, could not have been more perfect circumstance. Honestly.
So when you guys started to like kick around the idea of music, what was the first idea for music? Like what you both bonded over, a band or two or a sound? What was it?
I would say probably the ones I remember you and I kind of kicking around were the Swellers and Search the City.
Search the City for sure, yeah.
Big one.
You know, what song? What record? Search the City.
A fire so big the heavens could see it. The
Yeah.
only one that's allowed.
That's the only record that's allowed.
They put out
talk about the second one.
Okay, I didn't know.
it was fine, but they did it with a second. A fire so big the heavens could see it was the only one on Tooth and Nail, and then they just did a second album with a different singer, and it was just like there.
It's one of those situations where it's a good record until I remember it's by the same band.
Yes,
It's one. I get it. I've had plenty of bands like that. That if this wasn't the same band, I would probably like this record by another band.
Like that's how I feel about like Bring Me the Horizon, honestly. Like because they've changed so much over the years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're another band that's kind of.
But like I mean,
evolved.
nothing against them. It's good to see them killing it. But like, there's definitely an era of them which I prefer.
Right.
Kind of the same type of deal.
It's the same way that I could see why some people would like different eras of Radiohead.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You
Radiohead's
know,
a good example.
yeah.
I would throw Coldplay on that list too. I know.
Right.
I know you hate them. Shut up.
Oh man, you hate them that much?
I'm not. Well, I'm gonna say I hate them, but I'm like, it's like Oklahoma. Why does it exist?
There it is. I was wondering because like that is not true. You have some strong
Eric, you doing
opinions.
okay over there, man?
Yeah, man. I was gonna say Oklahoma's the home of rock and roll, so I don't know what do we do about that?
It's the home of fentanyl. I know he's from
Eric's from
Oklahoma. It's not a real state.
No, I made a joke earlier today. My friend lives in New Zealand, and we were face chatting and talking, and I was like, hey, it takes him 4 hours to drive across the country. I was
Wow.
like, dude, I
Right.
could drive to Austin, and like your trip was done before me, like
crazy.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are the roads like? Is it smooth everywhere? And he said it's like asphalt, but it's always smooth. And I'm like, that's great. Like the opposite of that to me is Oklahoma. Once you see the Welcome to Oklahoma sign, you can really feel the tax dollars.
Yeah.
I can imagine Chris got a good laugh out of that.
Oh, he did. He cracked up, dude.
I believe that.
Yeah. So Oklahoma, Texas's hat, right?
Yes,
Texas top hat, like
Yeah.
says a
but
lot.
does honestly serves no purpose, much like Coldplay.
Interesting.
Uh,
So you guys start thinking, hey, let's start doing some music. What year is this?
this is early 2017.
2017.
Early
And you're in
20.
Abilene.
Yep.
How long are we in Abilene before we moved?
6 years, 5, 6
No,
years.
He's saying like from Brave Days
Oh,
starts when we moved. So
dude,
about
almost
2 years.
Yeah.
So you were in the Abilene music scene.
You
for 2
moved
years.
earlier than I did.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
So we kind of outgrew Abilene. Within a year or so of that, and then we would plan to go to the DFW, and then I moved to DFW. He came after me, and our other band members at the time, they weren't able to move,
Right.
or / unwilling to move, and so we were like, we're just gonna restart everything over there, and found people over here and kind of redid things. We played shows acoustic for a while.
I remember that.
That got
That's
old.
whenever we
Oh
got.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right.
whenever
Yeah,
we
yeah.
started running into each other. And when did you start? Who did you meet first in our crew? Kalen?
I think Eric.
Eric?
Yeah, I think Eric and Johnny because we played with
We played
Least
with
of These
Word
a bunch.
Oh yeah, we played with
that's
Least
right,
of These.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Levi the Poet concert show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
I just remember hearing the guitar intro for Winter for the first time, and like I was like, oh, I want to be friends with these guys.
Yeah, man. Johnny makes some dreamy music.
Amen to that.
And so this was what year when you came here? It's like, or when did you start playing with them?
That was probably 2018.
No,
You were still in Abilene?
That was still 17, I think.
We were coming. I don't know. Numbers are not real. It is.
Numbers are not real.
It was a
If you-
considerable amount of time ago.
If you can get anything from this podcast, it's
Numbers are
numbers are
bullshit.
not real.
Numbers and laws are not real. They are bad ideas
okay.
enforced by rich men and with a gun and force of threat and violence. That's all they are.
So it was a considerable
Numbers
amount of
are?
time ago.
Numbers and laws.
Okay.
Fuck's sake.
Does it have to be numbers and laws? Or are just numbers a part of that?
The numbers of
I
laws.
can get on board with the laws thing. It sounds right.
been
But
a
do
long
I
day,
do I have to
man.
be pissed off at numbers too?
No. Everyone can think what they want about numbers. I just it's been a long day, so I'm like, I don't know how to keep this straight in my brain.
So it was a considerable amount of time ago.
It was a time. It was an amount.
time.
It was an amount of time that was allotted.
He moved here for school in like 2018. I got here in like February of 19.
Yarp.
Cool. And
that's around when we
when
met
did you
Chris.
guys think that? Oh, what'd you say?
That's when Chris Knox, our lead guitar player, ended up
Yeah.
joining up. So
That's rad. What did you think you guys were? Oh, we got something. What song was it? The first one
Oh
you
yeah,
guys made together? You were like, we got something. What we do?
Family Tree.
100%
Yeah.
family. Yeah, Family Tree that we did in Abilene. We wrote it there, and yeah, that was like that was why we were like, we have to move and we have to take this somewhere else where we can
Actually give it the
what it
momentum
deserves.
it deserves. Yeah.
Was this the first band that you started just singing in?
No. I sang and it was a front man in my last band. But we actually, like, the reason, so when we broke up, like, if you watch those shows, everyone stands still. And I got so many people afterwards who were like, yeah, dude, it was so weird. Everyone's just, like, standing there, and you're a crackhead as a front man just running around on stage. And Will was like, well, let's do something where everyone is like that. I was like, that would be awesome. Also, I want another vocalist.
We all love the Chariot.
Yeah. It's like, I also want another vocalist because I'm being a nut job on stage and running out of breath and stuff like that. And
is that all I am?
Use a breath.
I could use a breath, but I could also use the help from another vocalist.
Is this all I am to you?
A piece
breath?
of meat.
Oh, that's actually kind of sweet.
Oh, no.
Breathy meat.
You're breathy.
And you ruined it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have to take out the kyber crystals before you sing into it? Because are you worried about like just slicing your face off? Way to go. Though.
I didn't think you were gonna actually make that joke.
That would be pretty sick. If that is how I die, that's how I die.
Yeah, I have an old guitarist in our that was in Ravenhill, Mike Bay. What's up? Go check out Mike Bay's new single. It's great. He used to say, "Man, I hope if I'm gonna die, if I see a bear, I'm going to fight that bear, and if I win, I fought a bear and I won, right? If I die, like, dude tried to fight a bear. That's pretty badass, right?
Yeah, dude.
Like
that's awesome.
Either way, you look like a badass. Like, that's a no lose situation.
Yeah.
Minus
this
the
probably
mauling.
a way.
Minus the
This is
mauling.
probably a way to lose. I can think of a couple of ways to lose where that just.
I can think of a couple limbs to lose.
Yeah. You guys started playing music together. Mm-hmm. Family Tree was the first, and you were like, "Let's go."
Yeah, dude.
Let's go.
In it to win it.
Yeah, and you guys have been doing it for how long now? 6 years, you said?
Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys have just been working on something new.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually just got the rough draft of the music video for it, like 10 minutes before we started filming.
Nice. This?
Filming this. We actually did the video here in this building.
Downstairs.
I know.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh yeah.
I was here for it.
Yep.
What's the name of that?
It's called Dog Eat Dog.
Dog Eat Dog. And by the time this is out, it'll probably be
100%. It's
available.
coming out on the 13th of
It'll
October.
be available by the time this comes out, I promise you. Go check it out in the show notes. Can I ask you a couple of questions real quick before we go out? If you guys had a Mount Rushmore of influence for each of you, that's 4 people, guys. That's 4 artists. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be this solidified Mount Rushmore. Just off the top of your head, because we're talking about Brave Days.
Sure.
Probably pop punk or, but you're not only Brave Days is not only pop punk to me. It's just as much has hardcore in it as it does pop punk. So has as much rock and roll in it as it has any of that. So, do you have a couple of names you can throw out, and we can bounce back and forth, because I'm sure one will spark another that could go.
I mean, I feel like there's an obvious choice.
What's the obvious choice?
Close Your Eyes.
Oh
Close
yeah.
Your Eyes.
Shane.
I've never heard of Close Your Eyes.
They're from Abilene, my hometown.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They're my favorite hardcore band. Like,
And I could find them online right
Yeah,
now.
they're-
What song should we play by Close Your Eyes?
Valleys.
Valleys. Yeah.
Valleys. What's great about this song?
So everything, but so the dude is wrestling with like questions of faith and stuff like that,
As we do.
as we do, but he's like scream singing it,
Yeah.
and it's just incredible. It's super well done and super raw and real. I just love everything that they put out. I didn't even realize like that they were from Abilene when I moved to Abilene
Ah,
for school.
and you already like them.
Dude,
yeah,
they're probably
yeah.
the whole reason Abilene has a scene.
100%.
Like,
It sounds like you guys had a healthy scene.
Yeah, it was a very healthy
Awesome.
music scene.
Those scenes can
For a while,
be
yeah.
good and bad, right? They have their problems. They're run by imperfect people
Yes.
that are, and they're all learning, and some people take advantage of it. I mean, every scene's had their version of that.
Sure.
there
But-
was certainly a glory age of it for sure.
Right, but for sure, we those glory days are awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Those glory days. Sometimes you got guys that think they're gonna start something by smashing their hand through
a window, and
But
and then you have Close Your Eyes, who like absolutely killed the game.
Yeah. You're also gonna have those dudes that like punch people in mosh pits, right?
Oh yeah, Abilene Hate Crew. We had those dingbats.
Yeah, I forgot those guys existed.
But you also have those people that knew every song to your every word to your song.
Yeah.
That put gas in the tank for you to go that
Dude,
next one.
even like one of the coolest experiences of my life still to this day was like hearing people sing our stuff at Audio Feed.
Yeah.
Like
how rad is that?
That was
incredible.
wild.
Let's talk about Audio Feed for a second.
I almost cried.
Be thinking about other Mount Rushmores. Close your eyes. Go check them out. Valleys.
Honorable mention, Paper Thin, great song as well.
Paper Thin by them. Great. Let's talk about Audio Feed for a second. What was your favorite moment of Audio Feed? Yeah, I had a lot of fun moments, but I'm going to tell you real quick. Your guys' set was awesome. Like, it was. I needed it.
So,
I hate that I broke a string.
My favorite moment was after, I think, least of these played with him as well, with Chris Bernstorff.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's one of my a dear friend of mine. And after that set, I just had I was exhausted and probably dehydrated and just like drained of everything.
Hot,
everything came out in that set, in however long it was, and I was about to fall over. And my friend Chris, I went out to get some air, and my friend Chris, who's the sweetest person in the world, came up and hugged me.
Love that dude.
And he started tearing up, and he was like, "Eric, I love you so much, and I'm crying because you meant every single word you just said." And he screamed into that microphone.
That's awesome.
And I was tearing up. I was like, "Oh!" And he like walks off.
That's so cool.
Man, I love
it was
that.
a pretty great performance.
Yeah, dude, it was.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah, it was.
Everybody was firing on all cylinders.
Fantastic show.
Drummer killed it.
That was
Bass player,
third day of
guitars.
tour too. I'm shocked we
So
were
good.
upright.
Yeah.
You're great. Other than your performance, maybe what was another shining moment at Audio Feed for you? Because that was obviously that had to be a great moment for you.
I'm gonna go with after that second set because we did a pop-up set the next day.
That's right.
So, just that there's an hour of time. So I didn't realize we were playing right before Agi in the Bloodlines tent.
Yeah.
So we're building
Is
into
it Agi or AG? Either way,
can't tell
AG,
ya.
Fantastic.
IG,
fantastic band either
However,
way.
yeah,
pronounced.
so good.
But-
so good.
So we're building into the end of Scars and Stripes, which ends like huge, and like we see clouds rolling in, and we're just like, how sick would it be if it just starts pouring in the middle of our set?
Yes.
And lo and behold, like as we're building to this huge ending, it starts pouring. Everyone's moshing in the rain.
Yes.
I just look at the rest of my band and everyone's smiling. I'm tearing up.
It was awesome.
I'm on the ground.
Like it was, yeah. He got in a trash can and got kicked around. That was wild. But
As
like,
God intended.
and it's just
it was there.
yeah, and it's just pouring rain as we load off, and then we go watch AG, and I'm just like, this is happiness.
It was so surreal.
Like,
it was
it
such a
was-
surreal experience.
Audio Feed was great this year.
It was.
It was something special.
I don't think we've ever felt more at home.
At
as
home,
a band.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Like,
It does. It's where bands should. It's almost like a retreat for
dude.
bands.
Well, even just like the
refueling.
niche we're in, like the Christian
Yeah.
punk hardcore borderline, like there's not a lot of that down here.
Right.
Even like a lot of the Christian bands down here don't claim us because we're a little, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fringe. You said
Fringe,
it right.
yeah.
Like
Well,
you're
not
a little
even-
more
Naughty.
Yeah, we didn't go to, well, you did, but we didn't go to CFNI. But even beyond that, it's like, and even then, like we're too hardcore for the pop punk crowd, and we're too pop punk for the hardcore crowd, and like we just haven't.
You have your own crowd.
Yeah,
You'll find it.
which is good, but
Yeah.
like, it's some shows we play have always been where it's like I wish we could just find some bands that like either like lyrically we vibe with them or musically we vibe with them, and then Audio Feed I was literally just like,
We found
This is
our weird
amazing.
people.
this is amazing.
Yeah. It was great.
was
man.
awesome.
You could see that you guys felt that, and that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice when you find the family you've been looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never been happier to sleep in a tent in my life.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It was awesome.
it was great.
It was great.
That was
It's
like
such a fun time.
the middle 3 days of that
Next
run.
year.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen. Why not? Your family now. I'm
Yeah,
sure it's
man.
gonna be it.
But like,
Yeah, we'll see.
Like the middle 3 days of that run were like some of my favorite memories with this band.
Yeah, it was great. What's another Mount Rushmore?
Matt Thiessen for me.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Reliant
Reliant
K.
K.
Okay. Yeah, what was the record for Reliant K that got you?
Well, 2 lefts don't make it right, but 3 do. I remember coming home from school and my sister was listening to that over the stereo.
Oh, you got a tattoo?
My leg? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got. Oh,
Oh,
Not
cool.
flexible.
There it is.
But yeah. So
This now we have to put an explicit tag on
My leg.
on this podcast.
my leg. But yeah,
My leg.
but yeah, it's that's just like one of those
Too much leg.
top 5 records for me. Is
What song off that record?
Well, I have High of 75, in that, but yeah, might as well. It's such a solid song. It's about him dealing with bipolar disorder and writing about, it's like, well, the weather's bipolar and so am I.
Yeah.
And he's such a clever lyricist and knows how to get a point across.
He's a clever dude.
Yeah.
Clever dude. Like he turns phrases like no one else.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna say "Who I Am" hits "Who I've Been" off that record.
That's such a good song.
'Cause
Such a catchy song, dude.
And Eric can attest to this. I'm my own worst critic and enemy sometimes, and like that song is just like, listen, who I am now hates who I've been, and like, just growth is a beautiful thing, even though it sucks sometimes.
Yeah. Not always. Yeah. Yeah. You said it right.
Yeah.
That was good. You got one more before we go?
Uh,
How about you? You say one.
I'm gonna go Rise Against.
Rise Against.
I'm gonna go Rise Against
Yeah.
all day.
What record?
Uh,
That's the hard one.
No,
maybe.
Nowhere Generation is slowly moving toward the top, even though it's
Okay.
the newest one. But I'm gonna go with Appeal to Reason.
Appeal to Reason. All right. What song?
And
And why? You gotta tell me why too.
God.
Like what makes you light up about this song?
Why am I blanking
It's
right
okay.
now? I'm so tired.
That's right.
It's
Do you
it's
like
literally
Rise Against?
it's literally
Yeah.
the first song on the record. Hang on, where's my?
It's
my
okay.
phone?
I wouldn't know.
It's
It's all right. We'll say it. It's right here. What's your Rise Against? What record? What song?
I haven't. Bad Punk Kid. I haven't listened to a ton of Rise Against.
No worries.
But I would say Appeal to Reason as well.
Yeah. What pop punk really like? I want to see if there's some old school. I know we bond over Bad Religion, but like, what other? Were you MXPX kids?
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we're missing a big
Yeah.
rabbit hole, a trail that we could go down.
I also super love Plank Eye.
Plank? Really?
Yeah, man.
Look at you. Like, what record? Commonwealth?
Commonwealth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great record. I was just on a podcast, Jesus Freak Hideout podcast.
Mm-hmm.
A guy
Oh, yeah.
named Evan loved that.
You know
that,
those guys, right?
Commonwealth record.
I think so.
Oh, I'm sure you guys.
probably
I'm
run in
sure
the same
your record
circles.
has been reviewed on
Oh, I think it has been.
the Honey
Oh,
Gold.
yeah, they
the Honey
did.
Gold release for sure got reviewed.
Yeah, they did. I remember that now.
Yeah, because they review Honey Gold stuff.
That's why I knew that name.
So,
Yeah.
they're a great source for you guys too. But yeah, MXPX, dude. What was the MXPX record that you guys got into?
Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo.
Secret
Yeah.
Weapon.
Really?
Yeah.
So slowly going the way of the buffalo. Mine was Poking at you.
Yeah.
Slowly going the way of the buffalo.
I got into them later.
Right.
So.
What was your favorite song off of Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo? Do you remember anything? It might be hard to remember the names of those songs.
Well, let me pull it up so I can pick my
and then
favorite
look at
from
yours too.
My phone's over there.
Oh, Secret Weapon? Man.
On Secret Weapon, I'm gonna have to say
Chop Shot's pretty great.
that's a good one.
Secret Weapon title track's phenomenal.
Title track is
I actually went on tour when Run Kid Run was on tour on the Tooth and Nail tour.
Bass solo is good.
Yeah, that
that's
was
a good
great. They were on that Tooth and Nail tour for a handful of weeks and maybe a handful of dates. But it was MXPX, The Fold, Sullivan, Classic Crime, and then Run Kid Run.
Nice.
I think I'm missing a band
Let me
too.
borrow your phone. That Rise Against song's gonna bug me.
Yeah.
You go for it.
Thanks.
Find it. And then, but getting to tour with MXPX on Secret Weapon too. It's on that record.
Man.
And man, I gotta wait until Matt Jackson and them are on this podcast before I can talk about too much about that. But that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. And they're such a good band.
Oh yeah.
Collapse Post America, Rise Against, that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one. Yeah. What's yours?
Tomorrow's Another Day.
Oh, that's such a
yes.
good one. That's the second track, right? Is that?
I think it's towards the middle.
Is it tomorrow?
I think it is toward the middle, yeah.
Maybe it is. The first one's Under Lock and Key.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh.
dun, 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 dun.
Secret Weapon, You're on Fire.
That's a
Because
great
I heard that
song.
one on Air One. That was my intro to MXPX.
Yeah. Tomorrow's Another Day is a good one. That's a good one.
It's lyrically my favorite that he's
It's
put
like
out.
he's talking. Is that the one that says?
Today
Didn't have to be this
way.
That's
Tomorrow
right. I gotta
is
listen to that record.
So
again,
good,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find it on vinyl for years.
Oh, I think they just re-released a lot of
Did
that
they really?
stuff. I think so. You should go check it out.
I might.
They're probably sold out already, man.
Yeah,
If you're hearing about it right now, it's probably sold out.
I probably missed the train on that one.
Yeah. MXPX, I think they're still putting that new record is great, dude. Have you listened
The
to the new
newest
record?
one?
Oh, yeah.
I have not yet.
It's great, dude.
I've got a whole list of stuff I
I'm
need to catch up on.
surprised how good it is. I can't believe that I care about pop punk this much.
It was new, but it was also exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
They're
I
killing
need to.
it.
I'm listening to that on the way home.
Yeah, you should, dude. You'll go, all right, Mike. All right,
I mean,
Tom,
dude,
all right, you
we
got it.
saw them back in 2018,
Yeah.
and I remember thinking, like, man, they have not lost a step at all.
We were also the youngest people at that
we
show.
were like the youngest people at that
Yeah.
show. It was wild. It was them and Five Iron Frenzy.
Besides the children.
Five Iron's great.
They
too.
brought out Five Iron to do "I'm Okay, You're Okay" and Heard That Sound, and it was sick.
That's rad. Heard That Sound's a great
That's a
song.
great
I'm
song.
okay, you're okay. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
Yes.
since we're still on MXPX, just
Yes,
recently,
keep
though,
going.
So I lead the youth band at Legacy.
Yes.
At Chase Oaks. So for our back to school bash, our youth pastor Evan just goes, "By the way, what are the odds you and the band pull out Party My House Be There?"
yes.
We did it. They
It's
killed
about time for a party at my house.
It was
Yes.
awesome.
It's such a good song. That record is pretty phenomenal. Might be
good.
my. Oh. Is that's your favorite MXPX record? Slowly going the way of Buffalo.
Yeah.
Is Secret Weapon your favorite record by them?
It's
Mine's Ever Passing Moment.
it's either that or self-titled in 2018.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well,
It was-
go check out MXPX, please. Please do yourself a favor. Did you have something else you want to say?
I was gonna say, like, it was. I know, like, a lot of people are just like, really, that one?
No.
Yes, that one.
It's good. I'm telling you, they've put out quality stuff.
Yeah.
They mastered that craft. Whatever MXPX is, they do that very well, and it's aged with them in a good way. I think.
So what do we say? Shane Rabin.
Shane Raymond, I said Rise Against,
Matt
so I'd say
Thiessen.
Tim McGilrath, and you said Matt Thiessen. One more, I
Yeah.
guess.
Who was the closer eyes?
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
eyes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I am tempted to put AJ Perdomo on this list.
Dude.
Who's that?
It's
Who's
either
that?
AJ
He's the frontman
Perdomo.
of The Dangerous Summer, which
Okay.
the piano here is a Dangerous Summer tattoo.
Let's do both of these. So that one, hold on to the one you're holding on to. Okay.
Yeah.
Dangerous Summer.
Yeah.
Tell me what record?
Either Warpaint or what's the one?
Reach for the Sun.
Reach for the Sun. Yes.
Warpaint or Reach for the Sun.
We've played with them twice, and first of all, they're wonderful people.
Yeah.
But
They're one of those bands that's like they are criminally underrated.
oh my God, yes.
Criminally
Really?
underrated, yeah.
If someone's saying, "All right, what song should I listen to then?"
No one's
If
gonna
they're
need you more.
underrated,
No One's
here's-
Gonna Need You More is great. I would say
No One's Gonna Need
Where
You
I
More.
Want to Be, which
Where I Wanna Be.
I have on the I have You Are Where I Want to Be, like, on the inside of my wedding ring.
That's how
So
much.
it's
It's
a big song
impactful
for me and my
music.
wife.
So it sounds like he writes music that's great. I don't know, that fills in gaps in your soundtrack.
100%, dude.
Very much so.
100%.
That's cool. A Dangerous Summer.
Yeah.
You just heard it here. Like, so 2 songs you should check out, and If you don't like it, then you can blame.
Blame Will and I.
Yeah.
Third one, Way Down. Also
Way
great.
down. So
That's a
those,
great
there
one.
you go.
That's a good song.
All right, and then
What's
you said
yours,
another
yeah?
one.
Another influence?
Yeah.
Tom DeLonge.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
I-
of course.
Yeah. I would.
Of
I mean, like
course.
my wife knows that if in an instant, if he was like,
Don't say this.
"Hey man, you want to make out?" Like, yeah, dude, you're gonna be disappointed, but let's do it.
Tom.
Tom, I'm coming for you. Please come for me. Be like an alien.
He's in the probing.
Please don't probe me.
How can I forget Brian Baker though?
Brian Baker.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bad Religion and Minor Threat. Come on.
So Blink-182, everyone knows who Blink-182 is right now. Like, they're on top of the world. But if
not
you
just for
weren't,
Blink, though.
if right, because you would say even for
I
Boxcar Racer.
I love Boxcar Racer. I love Angels and Airwaves. Like
Right.
Angels and Airwaves, like The Adventure by Angels and Airwaves is my
Yeah.
favorite song of all time.
Okay.
He bought
Really?
a whole guitar rig at one point just to learn that riff.
Just
and then
to learn that
sold
song.
all of it.
Yep.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was literally like, you literally bought all of that just to do that, and he was like, yeah, and I was like,
Yep. And I've totally ripped off my worship bass tone
Yeah.
is from the We Don't Need to Whisper album.
That's great.
I totally ripped it off.
Yeah. I mean,
oh my god, I hear that now.
he's I think Tom sees music in a really cool way.
Yeah.
And he's someone that I even like his voice, dude.
Yeah.
I think his voice, it's unique, right?
It's
different.
unique. It's
But I like unique.
yeah.
It's not
the-
bad weird. I like it.
I think I like him with Angels and Airwaves better than I like him with Blink, to be quite honest. But
Yeah.
like,
I'm not gonna lie. I like that he's back with Blink.
Yeah.
But I also like the Matt Skiba version of Blink.
Oh
yeah.
I
I
love
thought it
Matt
was
I was
Skiba, dude.
cool with
He's great.
everything.
Yes.
I just like
Yeah.
hit just him as like Blink, great. Angels and Airwaves, great. But also
Yeah.
just like I feel like I could sit down and like hang
Plus
out with him.
44. It's okay.
Like
Tom DeLonge could read you a phone book and you'd be fine.
yeah. I was like, yeah, that's cool with me,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You're just like you're so creative. I just want to figure out how you work. But like,
Did you ever see them live?
I've never seen Blink live, but I've seen Angels and Airwaves live, and it was
Yeah, that's cool.
right after COVID, and it was like, it was one of the most transforming moments of my life because, like, I walked into my wedding reception, to the Adventure and out to the Adventure. So my wife, we were just engaged at the time. She knew
Yeah.
how much this song meant to me, and like you've seen Blink,
Right.
they're dinguses, they're making fun of each other's moms and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a tall dude. You would not expect that. At least I did.
Right.
How
Really?
big? He's a huge person.
Wow.
And you know they're playing the intro to the Adventure goes off, and everyone's just like losing their minds, and it's just it's completely surreal experience where my wife comes in close
Right.
to me, and like I'm on the verge of tears. I'm like, my eyes are closed. I'm having this insane moment of actualization, and he wrote this song because his friend was getting a divorce, and he was like, I want to write something that's gonna make you feel invincible every single time you listen to it.
Yeah.
And then you listen to him like just have a conversation. You're like, what the fuck? like he
This is the same guy who wrote "I Want to Fuck a Dog."
Right, yeah.
so like
He's got many sides.
He's
Yeah,
versa-
yeah.
He's very
Very
versatile.
he's the
Yeah.
biggest goober, and I'm like, I love that. I love how honest and raw you are. But like, I'm having this crazy surreal experience, and my wife knows exactly what it is and is close. She's also really short, so she has to be in front of me. And it's almost like a worship experience that where it's like it's a pinnacle, something pinnacle, and it's like, and he's ending it. He's like, here we go, life's waiting to begin. Life's waiting to begin, and that pad is still droning. Lights are still going crazy. People are just going bonkers. And my eyes are closed, and it dies down. His hands are up, and he lowers his hands. And I open my eyes, and it's dead quiet. And he's like, my balls itch.
That tracks.
I just came unglued. I was like, I love that he's the same dingus with this artistic emo band. that he is
good.
with Blink.
I was
That's
I was
funny.
wondering where the story would get
You
silly.
painted it well, my
He
friend.
did. He
Oh my
really did. He had
gosh.
me going.
Yeah, I was like,
What venue was that, by the way?
Prolific.
Uh,
Do you remember?
it wasn't Granada.
Had to be House of Blues,
South
right?
South Side.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, I saw Blink-182 right after Dude Ranch came out.
Cool.
And it was with MXPX and
Oh, dude.
and
I think you told me the
Homegrown,
story recently. Yeah.
And it was wild, dude. It was so cool. But they didn't even have Travis yet, so.
Oh wow, man.
So it was nuts. I saw him at the Galaxy in St. Louis in 1990, probably 6, 7, somewhere there, wherever that time was. That's crazy, right? Were you guys alive by then?
Yes.
I was barely.
Barely.
I was
That's
born
interesting.
in October of '97.
Oh, okay, cool. So you could have been there. Probably.
Sure.
You were probably there in that.
Depends on
150.
Depends on
people
what
cap
day of
room.
the month it was.
Right.
'Cause I was like middle of the month.
Yeah. Well, go check out Brave Days. What's your social medias?
I think it's just Brave Days TX everywhere.
Yeah, at Brave Days TX on. Is it still called Twitter? I don't know.
all the things.
Yeah, basically all the things.
It'll be in the show notes.
On Facebook, we're on MySpace as well.
Cool. And
I can't tell if you're kidding or not.
I'm totally kidding.
Okay. I was like, wait, I don't remember that.
yeah, maybe we'll see. Thank you guys for being here, man.
Thank you
We'll
guys
have
for
you guys.
having us.
I'm glad we
Wow.
finally got to do this.
Of course, and we'll do it again. We had fun.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, checking it out, and hanging out with us. We'll
Which camera do we look at?
look at all of them.
Okay.
All of them right now, and make Logan choose. Thanks for coming to the Youngblood podcast. We'll see you next time.
Take it easy.
Bye, y'all.
Perfect, guys. Great job.
So bad.
Yeah, oh, good. I'm so glad. Yeah. Oh, it'll go for a while.
What?
It'll go a little bit.
Oh.